Gary Hamada here, Coastal Television Network for Locals Only Show, and we're live here at the Golden Bough Theater. I'm here with Stephen Moore, who is the Executive Director.
Hi, thanks for coming. Really
Tell us a little bit about the Pacific Repertory Theater and the Golden Bough Theater.
Well, Pacific Repertory Theater is the only full-time professional theater between San Luis Obispo and San Jose. We run 12 shows a year, 185 performances a year. We do musicals, comedies, drama, Shakespeare, world premieres of new plays. We have a whole activity of children's programming, children's school, 3 children's shows a year, you name it. Where are you at?
Okay, now Stephen, let me ask you a serious question here.
Yeah.
You're the founder and director here. Are you a performer as well?
I have performed many times over the years. I've taken a little bit of time off from performing to focus on marketing and raising money. It's a tricky time, as you know, so I'm really focusing on keeping the organization strong and on track. But I direct, I produce, I act. I've done a few roles over the years.
Anything that's been your favorite since the theater's opened?
Personally, or well, personally. Personally, I think probably playing the Elephant Man was the role that I think I had my most success with, perhaps, and got a lot of great response from the community and a lot of warm feelings back and forth. It was also a great challenging role. And as a director, I think last year's Wizard of Oz, I just loved working with the kids and the Cowardly Lion and Dorothy and the whole gang.
Yeah, you've not only brought some very challenging presentations to the Carmel scene, basically the Golden Bough Theater and Pacific Repertory Theater, Outdoor Forest Theater.
Sure.
But you've also included the community a lot. There's been a lot of involvement. Tell us, how do you balance that?
Well, I grew up here, so I've had a lot of natural links to the community. We try to participate in parades, in arts and crafts fairs, in festivals, bringing in community talent, bringing in community advisors wherever we can. We, of course, have a board of directors made up of individuals from the community, so we think, being a strong representative of the community is very important.
Well, now you're working with a lot of kids in this one, this presentation of Carmel Falls. How much fun was it working with the kids? How much fun was it working with Walt DeFeria, the writer and the director?
Well, Walt's great. He's so talented. He's got a background, going back to Hollywood and Disney and all that. But he really was the one who helped us start the school about 10 or 12 years ago. He directed a number of shows at the Forest Theater, Beauty and the Beast, Peter Pan, the earlier versions of Wizard of Oz. So Walter's just a dream, and he works great with kids, with community members, with professionals, so it's been a real pleasure.
I heard you commanding attention over just prior to the show. Any chance of you losing your voice in one of these presentations, or are you trained?
Well, I have a little training in my voice, but I also have lost my voice over the years. But I think I'm going to keep it right now.
What are we going to expect tonight? Seems like a full house, and again, I can't express how you've got the community involved again.
Well, it's great. You've got the assistant district attorney who's a singer. You've got the operations director for the Monterey County Symphony, an incredible singer. You've got business owners and real estate agents, and out there dancing in tutus and coconut shells and wedding gowns, men and women. It's just going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, you have former Carmel mayors here.
That's right, Carmel Mayor Ken White. He's out here. He's telling really bad jokes. So no, we've tried to. This is a show, and if we make it an annual event, this is a show where the people in the community who don't have time to do a full 6 weeks rehearsal process, 7 weeks of 4 shows a week, they could come in a couple times a week and then do maybe 1 or 2 performances. So it's great to be able to have them involved because as a professional theater, normally we're bringing in professionals, or when we're doing the kids, it's just kids. So now we've got a little bit of everybody.
You've got really some very positive responses from some of the presentations that you've had here. For example, the musical presentations, basically rock and roll.
Oh yeah. Well, the Buddy Holly story. That put us on the map. Admittedly, I mean, we did the Buddy Holly story.
Good friend of mine, Ben Fong Torres, mentioned.
Buddy exceeded expectations. We brought it back 5 times. We did a number of takeoffs. We did a Twist and Shout tribute concert, a Roots of Rock and Roll tribute concert. We'll probably do another tribute concert this New Year's weekend this year at the end of the year. So yeah, no, we've had a lot of fun with the rock and roll, and we've had our Buddy and our Richie Valens and the Big Bopper, and we've had our Beatles, and we've had, you know, just a little bit of everybody from the 50s and 60s that we've recreated on stage, and the community has really responded.
Yeah, regardless of how many times you bring it back, it seems like you still have a packed house.
Yeah, no, we're excited about that. We certainly touched a nerve in this community, and I think it was that whole sense of going back in time to a simpler, perhaps safer, a little more, everybody a little knew a little bit more about what was going on in their lives, and they remember the day the music died when Buddy Holly and Big Bopper and Richie crashed, and so it brings up memories, and it's fun to go back and relive those, I think, for people.
Yeah, the lyrics were not so deep as they are nowadays.
Well, you could certainly understand what they were saying back then.
I will not comment on that.
Thank you.
Stephen Moore here, founder and executive director of the Pacific Repertory Theater's Golden Bough Theater, and again, not only a presentation that involves the community, but one that is going to be full of laughs and a lot of fun tonight. Tell us real quick, Carmel Follies again tonight?
Yeah, Carmel Follies tonight at 7:30, and then we're going to repeat it Sunday at 2 o'clock. And as you saw, we have the kids from Oliver. Oliver's our big show at the Forest Theater, and that's our next big show. And that runs August 13th to September 27th at the Forest Theater. Nice long run, and that's our biggest musical of the year. There's over 100 people in it.
It is a nonprofit organization?
Oh, yes, very. Very.
So what can we do to help?
Well, you can come out and see the shows, most of all. We really want people to come out. Once they come and see a show, they'll come back, they'll become donors, they might leave us in their will, you know, things like that. But really, most of all, we just want people to come out and see the shows.
Very good. Gary Hamada here, along with Stephen Moore, live from the Golden Bough Theater, Pacific Repertory's presentation, Walter Ferrier, written and directed, writer and director, Carmel Follies, for the Coastal Television Network, for Locals Only show. We'll catch up with you later.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you, Steve.
Take care.